along with my co-host,
Daydream,
and your wellness warrior, Susanette.
Unfortunately, we're in Houston, where we're the fourth largest city, so there is a lot of traffic, so Silky will be coming in a minute. As always, guys, we'd like to thank you for joining us today, and we ask that you please join in on the conversation, where your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions help drive the conversation. Today we're going to talk to a world-renowned astro-numerologist by the name of Lloyd Strahorn. Now, from what I could gather, ever since he was a child growing up in Harlem, New York, Lloyd has always had an unusual interest in all things weird, strange, or interesting. Fascinated with the other world, the study of astrology and the related sciences held his time and his attention. Despite a background in sales, real estate, insurance, publishing, and even music, he seemed to have been the happiest if he could figure out a person's astrological and or numerical chart. After long and intensive years of studying and researching both astrology and numerology, Lloyd emerged as an astro-numerologist, perhaps the most renowned authority in this specialized field today. Lloyd has written numerous books, of which I have one here, Numbers in You. He's done news magazine columns and numerous articles on events of the times. He brings to the radio listener and TV viewer insight and an informative approach to a very unique world. Appearing on national TV shows such as Oprah Winfrey numerous times, Geraldo, Regis and Kathleen, The Montel Williams Show, and Tony Brown's Journal, along with countless radio appearances across the country, Lloyd has always left the audience mesmerized. His refreshing and warm delivery to the subject of astro-numerology is positive, upbeat, sincere, and amazingly on point. Let's welcome Lloyd Strahorn to the All About You show. He's actually in Harlem, I think, and he is on the line. Welcome, Lloyd.
welcome.
Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
How are you?
Fine. Listen, I don't know what's wrong, but you guys sound like you're 1,000 miles away. I know we geographically are, but
Did we
by
sound...
phone, you sound, I can barely
Oh, I'm
barely
sorry.
hear you.
Can you hear that?
So I kind of don't know what to do at this point, whether to hang up or go back.
Can you hear us now?
I'm excited about being on, even though I can barely hear
Oh
you.
gosh, because I'm excited. I have questions. Let me see if we can do anything about that. Is there anything we can do about that right now?
I'm working on it.
Okay, well,
Hello?
yes,
Can you
he's
hear us?
working on it. Can you hear us now?
Is that any
Yeah,
better?
you still sound a distance away, but
Should he call back in?
I'll try to work with it unless you want me to try to call back and get a better connection. But other than that, thank you for having me on your premiere show today on OMG and Friends.
Thank
I am
you.
Numerologist Lloyd Strahorn, and an numerologist for those who are curious as to what it is. It's like the kissing cousin or first cousin to astrology, where you deal with the zodiac signs and the planets. Or as a numerologist, I deal with numbers. Technically, I am an astronumerologist because I blend the best of both worlds of astrology and numerology together.
Okay. So obviously it says here that you are the one to go to for that, since you've, kind of merged the two.
Yes, because they're both related. In fact, when it comes to the question of numerology and astrology, it's like the question of the chicken and the egg, which came first. But actually, astrology is much more popular, far more popular than numerology. But actually, the irony is numerology is actually older. When you go to get a chart done, I don't know whether anyone there in the studio have ever gotten a chart done.
No, I would like to.
You need to give your birthday, like September. You need to give a date, like the 6th. You like to give a year, whatever that may be. You give the time you were born and the location. Then the astrologer will erect the longitude and latitude, which we now call in the 21st century a GPS. That's exactly all it is, to help you get from one location to another. But that will tell the astrologer how the planets will align with the heavens and the time of your birth. And this is what you call a natal chart at the moment you were born. Then there's the progress chart, which means we're all adults. So how have the stars rotated and where they're positioned now at this moment in time in a person's life? It's really fascinating.
It sounds as though it is. Now, let me ask you this. With astrology being more popular and numbers being more ancient, how is it that our lives are so inextricably tied to the both? But I'm assuming numbers being... Can you hear me?
Yes, can you just repeat that last one? How can numbers what now?
How can numbers define or let us know more about who we are? None of us fully know ourselves, I don't think. You know, and if there's a way that the universe can help us, you know, postulate who we are, who we can be, what we're capable of doing and being and becoming, then I think all of us would like to have that information. So,
well, I would say that is definitely numbers define everything. For example, when you go to a doctor, they will take, let's say, your blood pressure. Well, those numbers will define your state of health in that arena. They will take your cholesterol level. These are numbers that speak volumes in the medical field in terms of guiding a patient. Let's say you now got a person that's going to get their taxes done or whatever the case is. Well, those numbers will determine whether they pay or receive, so to speak. There is nothing. And in fact, every time I do a radio show, especially the first time show went was, I always challenge the listeners.
okay.
When you wake up tomorrow, don't use numbers that fall. I defy it.
It cannot be done.
Wow.
Can't do that.
Starting with your clock, you can't do it.
Don't make a call. Don't get a call. That's numbers.
Now you know that's not gonna happen.
Right. Definitely not.
If you're in an elevated building, although I don't think there's too many high buildings there in the Houston area, you gotta push a button. You can't take a train, you can't buy gas, you can't buy lunch, dinner, nothing. Without numbers existing. And this is why they'll tell you now, even fast forward, what do you have to be most careful about? Sharing your social
numbers.
Absolutely. Guard that with everything.
Unlocking your whole history, or somebody
that's your life right there.
And trying to withdraw funds from your account. So, but metaphysically, numerology acts in a heavenly way. It tells you what your seasons are. We all have seasons.
Yes, and I want to walk in mine.
Every day there's a
Right.
this is what that. For example, I will use the first example I gave of September the 6th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, astrologically, people say, oh, that's the sign of Virgo. Numerically, I would say yes, but that person is a 6. So they're not just a regular Virgo, they are a Virgo 6 person to me. Let's say you have a person born September 17th. Well, they're a Virgo, but they're a Virgo 8 person because 1 plus 7 is 8. And it's just that simple, except in my first example of September the 6th. That means that this number will always follow people. Symbolically, 6 represents people who have personality, they have charm, they have ambiance, and they will probably crowd pleasers at school. 6s, all depending on who it is, especially the male side of the 6, wind up being very athletic or very much into Israel sports in high school and college. Even the women at 6, they will be in terms of athletics, track and field, gymnastics, stuff like that.
I do like
6
mine.
represents money, and in fact, in my book, my Bible book, Numbers in You, a 400-page book I wrote, I explained all the people that make the most money in this nation, they are number 6 person.
They're billionaires. They're
On the
billionaires.
6th of the month, the 15th, 1 plus 5 is 6, or the 24th, 2 plus 4 is 6, are the money makers. So if you look at J. Paul Getty, who's a 6, born on the 24th. You know, there's a lot of people who tend to do very, very well with it. And 6 is ruled by Taurus. Astrologically, Taurus rules the 2nd house, and in astrology, the 2nd house is the house of money and possessions. Okay? So 6 people, to continue, tend to be able to read people very well. They tend to know how to size up a personal situation very well. And because 6 has this affinity with money, I jokingly say that a 6 person could be so stingy they can squeeze the brown off of it.
Yeah, budget. Yeah. We'll make it happen.
We get very creative.
Oh, yeah.
Buy one, get one free. Discount, but they will get it. And 6 people normally are property owners because not only is Virgo an earth sign, but the 6 is also an earth number, which means that a person born in this day, if you know, they had their way, depending on where they live or whatever, would prefer to live in a home rather than in an apartment building like on the 15th floor.
Absolutely. That is so true. That is
And
so
it
true.
also guides the person even in their health. Sixes, for example, rule the nose, the throat, the upper part of the lungs, sinuses, allergies, patient conditions, heart palpitations. Yet the best medicine for number 6 is to breathe in plenty of fresh air, soak in all the Houston sunlight, and a little good activity does it well than any medication they can take practice.
So in other words, I need more days off.
Number 6 is blue from the lightest to the dark.
That's that sapphire blue. You're absolutely right.
Oh my goodness.
That is my birthday, September 6th. You didn't have the year, but that's a little more
Oh, and by the way,
reserved.
this is going to be very something too, so I'd always
Oh,
feel happy.
amen.
I find that shocking. Oh my
So
goodness.
true.
My mother's just 6 also.
Lord, how do you?
Yes.
Okay, who did you have to shadow or mirror when this whole thing came about? Was there anyone that was your predecessor in doing something like this, or were you? See, as a 6, I believe in when all doubt, create your own.
Mhm.
So, are you the creator, pretty much, for the spokesperson who knows obviously quite a lot about astronumerology? So, are you that first person, or because I know astrology has always been big, but to have the two blended together is different.
Well, I think I to be honest, over the last 25 years, I really think I played at least a part, no matter big or small, in popularizing numerology. At the time I was coming up, people would walk around with their astrology books wrapped in a brown paper wrap so people wouldn't see. But now numerology is widely accepted. Every paper in the United States, with maybe the exception of the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, carries a horoscope. So whether people believe it or not, and you know what's ironic on G? When I asked the person, they'll say, "No, I don't believe in this, and this is no good." And I said, "Well, what's your sign? Is it Capricorn?"
That's because they know.
So when somebody don't believe it, they know who they are.
At that level.
All of us, and how I got started over G. I was a very shy kid in school, especially shy around the girls. And I wanted to kind of build my confidence, and somehow I came across this subject of astrology. Being an Aquarius, I started reading everything that wasn't nailed down about my zodiac sign, of course, to build up my confidence, all the things, people under this astrological configuration. But then it led to other things, too. It led to a bigger world to me, because I found out not just I am shy, but ladies are shy, and other men are shy. But regardless, everybody wants to know about themselves to a degree.
Yes.
And then I got into numerology, and that really sealed the deal. So since we're on this September 6th, let's stay focused on that a second to give you an example. We all have seasons. Now, there are certain, like here in New York, they now have what are called green peanuts or boiled peanuts. It reminds me, as a youngster, when I would go south to North Carolina to visit my grandmother. And so it's like you have things that are very seasonal. Well, if God tells a bird when the fly capistranos, when species of herds of animals to migrate from north to south, from fishes to swim upstream, okay, and we are made in God's image, that's like saying we don't have a season, but we do.
Absolutely,
So
we
in
do.
the case of this example of a person born September the 6th, what it tells me is that they're not just the 6. Their key numbers are the 6, 5, and the 9. I hope when you got a pencil in the studio, because we're going to have fun for a second.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, what does that mean? That means, okay, you go play it in the lottery.
I'm going to do that, though, when I leave.
After the guide, what it tells me, for all the 7 days assigned to us by the Most High, the number 6 has been assigned to this Friday. So out of all 7 days, Friday is the best day for a number 6 person. And because their second number is a 5, that governs Wednesday, and their third number is a 9, that governs Tuesday. So for this person that's born on September 6th, their best days are always on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or Friday.
And today, so
Absolutely
what
it
is
is.
that?
And I'm going to bring that up to you in a
I'm
second.
thinking about that. Not only that, but then you break it down into the dates. So I know that for this person born on September 6th, their most important dates in any month would be the 5th, the 6th, the 9th of the month,
Right.
the 14th, because 1 plus 4 is 5, the 15th, because 1 plus 5 is 6, the 18th, because 1 plus 8 is 9. Then there would be the 23rd, because 2 plus 3 is 5. The 24th, because 2 plus 4 is 6. And if I'm not mistaken, then the 27th, and today might be happening to be the 27th.
Absolutely. See, this is not by happenstance, okay?
And the 27th is not. And this is what I try to explain to people. If a person could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, why can't one be in
At the right place at the right time? Absolutely.
I totally believe that.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Because we're not trained like this, it's like, wow, it's a Wednesday and it's a 9-day. It would appear to be a coincidence. I think not. And this is your premier show on top of it. Then I expanded to the wider horizon of the month. The month would be, April, May, June, September, October, November. So if I'm not mistaken, for this person born September the 6th, the day is June, one of their months. It's Wednesday, one of their days, and it's the 27th. 2 plus 7 is 9, which is one of their numbers. So today would be a triple star day. And in this case, it's such an alignment. I would have somebody there to go play a lot.
Okay. You know what's interesting? Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead. I just got excited.
No. I'm so sorry. I love this so much. I'm talking nonstop.
I hear the passion in your voice too. I really do.
I got excited because now I've never really known much about numbers, but like you, I've been attracted to things that are strange and interesting, and yes, weird, because I march to totally the beat of my own drum, and so without ever having known why Tuesdays and Wednesdays have been important to me. Like, it's the days that I'm off from work. But more importantly, I've done that for the last 15 years, not really knowing why. And I've always played with numbers. For instance, you know, I'm born, you know, I may use as a code for something 0654. No, 9654, I'm sorry. And 9 times 6 is 54, and the year that I was born is 54. So I've always played with numbers, not knowing why. So do we all have a propensity to do this and not have the right piece to the puzzle to know why we're like this, or why Tuesday's my day, or why Wednesday's my day?
Exactly. But you know what I found? That women seem to be more attuned. If I were to ask a woman, well, what days of the week kind of work best for you? A woman will kind of do that. You ask the guys like, duh. So, you know, we're just out of tune when it comes to that. But for example, now to give an illustration, if I talk to this person born September the 6th, it tells me that more than likely there's a higher than average chance that one of their relatives, like a mom or dad, or one of their mates, a husband, a boyfriend, a spouse, or children would be born in those months of late March into April, May, June, late August into September, October, November, or born on those dates. So, for example, this person may live in the 6,000 block, the 500 block, the 9,000 block, or if the person's house number, when you add the numbers up. For example, would anybody like to volunteer their house number to me? I don't need the borough, the lane.
I will give you mine, because again, it fits the criteria of what we're saying. My number address is 10618. 10618.
18. That adds up to 10618. Well, first of all, that number adds up to 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. And what that place suggests is that this home suggests, or this address, that A, this property or home is near a body of water or not far from it. Like
the bayous behind me, right?
Stream,
bayou,
a waterfall, public swimming pool, whatever. If not, the property in and of itself would be challenging time to time with water-related issues like water pressure, floods, leaks, things of that nature. If you ask the person when you got this house of 10168, it was probably around, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't purchase this home around late March into April, May, June, late August into September, October, November, as these are the most important months for the person. There is an art to this. There is no question. I've been doing this too long to know that there is a rhythm and a rhyme to our message. So even though man might act a fool sometimes, God still got it.
Absolutely. Y'all have a question?
You know what? This is very interesting to me, because I'm thinking of what you said in terms of making decisions based on this. Would you say that if I were to sit down and kind of get an understanding of all of this, and I know that there's a big decision that needs to be made, if I took the time to make that decision based on this information, would that increase the odds that that decision would be successful?
Yes, because it's about being in the right place at the right time in perfect harmony with the universe. That's exactly what it's about. To be at a point, you know how sometimes you're in a situation, you get there too early, too late. Well, you want to be in the right place at the right time, so it just happens coincidentally that you decide to launch this show in one of your best months, on one of your best days, and in one of your best weeks. But women act on a very strong intuitive anyway. And in fact, it's called the psychic number. They read people very well. So for a person, let's say you're visiting, you go to the church and there's a visiting minister there, and you may not feel, you might say, Sue, I ain't giving up much money this Sunday. I don't know about it. And you can't explain it. You just know.
That's the vibe that you get.
Yeah.
Have the account where it's doubt. Well, how do you know? And who told you this? So and so. Well, you don't know like that, but you know.
Right.
And that's all that really matters.
So this gives you an upper hand, in other words.
Absolutely.
I said it gives you an upper hand, in other words, in planning your life.
And just as we have good numbers, there are stress numbers too. Because there's a yin and a yang, a balance, a night and day, a up and down, close and shut. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of power levels that we have, and it's just a matter of doing these things. But then I can tell this person too, and see what is so beautiful about the art of numerology that I do. I can even go back in the person's past. So for example, I'll go back to 1985, 1986, 1989. Those are very important years in this person's life in the 80s. Then when I go to the 90s, there's 1994, 1995, 1998. In the 90s, if I go into the early 200s, 2000s, that would be 2003, 2004, 2007. Now, moving fast forward to the present, it would be coming up the year of 2012, 2013, and then last year, 2016.
Wow. So there's an art to this.
Yeah, and there is a rhythm. And what it does, and see, a lot of people don't know my background was, I was a similar student. I was going to be a minister, actually. And, but I still do God's work, but I do it in a more esoteric way. I don't preach or pass judgment. That is not my job. My job is to help humanity, not force and judge humanity. You cannot do that. All adults are going to speak the last time I checked.
Absolutely. I have a question, and this is mainly because, we talk about the things that people may think about. So the question would be, would this be divination in any way?
Is this what?
Would this be divination in any way?
No, none.
Okay.
In fact, I do have three. The word divination means like to divine. To like a person, if a person gets a tarot card, they get a divination. In other words, a person will shuffle a card, then they pick cards, and then the person on the other side will give their divination or interpretation of how the cards are laid out.
Okay.
Well, it is kind of true unless you mean does this go for this. There are certain religious bodies that tend to have a problem with what I do. Maybe is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, just kind of wanted to see, okay, so numbers, I feel, in my heart, have a biblical perspective, Jesus, the Bible had numbers. Certain numbers are very important, as you know, 12 and 11, 7 and 3.
It's interesting, OMG, when I tell people that the Bible is a numerology book, some will get upset, but it is. You cannot read that Bible from beginning to end
without the numbers. That's right.
Revelation without some verse, from number, chapter, verse. Psalm 27, Psalm so and so and so and so.
Right.
And I tell people if they want the best demonstration of numbers, if they don't believe in what I do, if they look at the Old Testament, the fourth book of Moses, the fourth book in the Old Testament is called the Book of Numbers.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Oh, I never thought about that.
So that's why I was,
Book of Numbers.
Never thought about that.
And it tells us that when God instructs Moses on the second day of the second month to name the homes by their name and their code. And then because, you know, they got the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right, the numbers.
So, yeah,
right.
Of course, there's not supposed to be no correlation with that. But all the 12 tribes of Israel numbers are given right in that chapter called the Book of Numbers.
Lloyd, can you hold that thought? We've got to go to break. This is so interesting. Don't go away. Listeners will be right back.
You are listening to The Bridge. Share your opinion by calling 713-789-0096. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm here.
I'm listening to what he's saying.
Silky Smooth.
No, but I want him to do somebody else. He has my information.
Oh, okay.
Alright, tell me if that turned it down.
224.
Can you listen? Are your headphones on?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, good.
That's good right there.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, we're gonna come back.
I'm glad to get in line.
Cassidy, and I'm Chandler.
And you're tuned in to The Bridge.
Stay tuned.
And we are back. You're listening to All About You with OMG and Friends. And we have on the line Lloyd Strahorn, who is world-renowned for astronumerology. And before we had to go to break, he was speaking because I had posed the question of my feeling that, again, numbers have a biblical base because, again, you can't go into the Bible at all without having to deal with numbers. So, sir, you can go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, and you know, if you, we deal with the whole chapter, the whole chapter, but if you swing into the new one, the chapter of Revelation, they will tell you, for this is the mark of man, is the mark of the beast, the number of man, and the number is 666. Well, further into that same chapter of Revelation, but in a more cryptic way, they describe Christ's number as 888. So numbers are profound no matter where you go, no matter what you do. I mean, if numbers didn't exist, you think on Thanksgiving you could leave turkey in your oven as long as you want to and come back about 2 days later? I don't think so, you know? I mean, I have a kitchen, burned down and stuff. So numbers guide us in ways that this is why you've got to take X number of measurements for certain medications, even the exercises we do. And if people think that numbers don't count, I ask people to send me their paycheck.
Big numbers, those numbers are
all the years I've been doing it. So numbers must mean something to somebody.
Absolutely. I think Daydream had wanted to give her birthday or something.
Yeah, I wanted to go ahead and give my information.
No, I was going to say, it sounds like you have somebody else there, so I don't want to think I'm just picking on the September 6th, but maybe somebody else wants to be.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, see, I'm OMG, and that's my birthday, so I was expecting.
Right. Well, I mean, it's still going to end up with the 6th because my birthday is 5/15.
Okay.
Your birthday is 9/15?
5, May 15. 5.
No, well, you have a totally different energy. You are a 6, but you're a different type of 6.
Correct.
You are an Earth 6, just like OMG, who was born in September under the sign of Virgo with the number 6. In this case, you're born under the 6th sign of Taurus, and you're born on the 15th, not the 6th like she is. And compound number 15 denotes money, gifts, and favors from others. I would say that you too, like your partner there, OMG, owns property because Taurus is an earth number. It rules land. It rules possession, especially movable possessions and stuff like that. So the both of you would have things, very similar things in common. And in fact, y'all would understand each other very well. So
we do. From day one, yes, absolutely.
So let's say you're walking down a Houston street and something out there trying to say something. Well, you two would just look at each other, didn't have to say a word.
We
like
don't.
You ain't getting our money up in here. It's that kind of energy. This will explain, because one time I put out a CD on relationships. Why is it we can meet a person for the first time and feel very comfortable with them?
Yes.
Yes.
Then we'll meet another person for the first time. They didn't say nothing. They didn't do nothing. But for some reason, we just
Me cayó mal. Me
Yeah.
cayó mal. That's what we say. They didn't fall.
There's only one slight difference where your numbers, OMG, are the 6, 5, and 3. I mean,
6, 5, and 9.
Her numbers are the 6, 9, and 3. So she has a third okay?
Okay.
But both of y'all will do very well in terms of possession. Both of y'all know the value of a dollar. Both of you two are conservative in your dress, traditional. Y'all won't have no stuff that's overnight fad, thank you. Both of you probably different apart. Got clothes in your wardrobe that you ladies bought 10, 15 years ago. They're still.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, it's cute, okay?
They y'all got more money than you got.
Because we know how to play the game.
Mhm.
Now I have somebody else. Absolutely, I have somebody else here. What is yours?
How about October 12th? 10-12.
October 12th.
Mhm.
Now, if you're October 12th, you would be a Libra 3 person because 1 plus 2 is 3.
Mhm.
So you would be an air sign with a fire number. Air means people who use their reasoning powers, their logical powers to do things. And because you are a fire number, you bring to the table with that passion, drive, maybe you can get up and go. So when they say, I'm fired up, that's you. By the way, the birthday you don't look your age, which is why younger men sweat you.
I'm telling Steve. I'm telling. I mean, you let you pay me.
He is like the fly on the wall.
They said he would be amazingly correct.
Oh my goodness, that is something else.
Now I have someone else here in the studio, and their birthday is February 24th.
Wow, another 6, boy. And listen, the one that's born on October the 12th, listen, no, your numbers, OMG, are the 6, 5, and 9. The second person who's born May the 15th, her numbers are the 6, 3, and 9. The one that's born October the 12th, her numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. Now this person here that's born on the 24th, her numbers are the 6, 3, and 9.
Oh my goodness!
All these guys coming up with this. The difference with the one that's born February 24th. It suggests she had a more sensitive upbringing, very strong paternal influence, whether mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, whatever the case is. And there's a difference. Although y'all are 6s, you, OMG, are born on the 6th. The other one's born on the 15th. 1 plus 5 is 6. But this one that you just gave me is born on the 24th. 2 plus 4 is 6. Now, this particular person born on the 24th suggests to me that this person will always get help and influenced by the influential people, particularly the women. So, again, it could be a mother, a sister, an aunt, your girlfriend, just women in general. Men help too. But unlike you two 6s, this is the young lady that tends to trip very easily. She'll be walking along the street and she'll stumble a little bit and she's trying to turn around to see what she could go, although nothing is there. You know what I'd like to do?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to take it upon myself. Cross off or so highly without you and the crew there. I would love in some way, if it is blessed, that I come into your fair city and do a one-day workshop.
Oh,
That would be amazing.
That would be nice.
That would be amazing.
This would be a draw. The last time I was in Houston was in April of the year that Selena, the singer, was released.
Wow.
Wow.
That long? Oh my
That was
God.
the last date in Houston, whenever it was. I think that was back in the 90s. Or 90s.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That was
You're
back
well
in
overdue.
95.
You're overdue.
Mhm.
And the only thing I want to know is if they still have movies, because I'm hungry right
Yes,
Yes, they do.
now.
Absolutely.
Enough. So when I come to Houston, I'll just order the movie break. I can have a little flashback moment.
I would like that actually. I would like to get with you and see if we can
That would be great.
bring you in for
Get a couple of sponsors, and I want to teach people how to do this. It's incredibly simple, yet incredibly powerful in its awareness of making you understand who you are, who your friends and neighbors are, and even why you didn't like selling stuff. So all these things help with understanding, and it gives you a powerful understanding, and a better way to guide your life. So besides this, for you, OMG, this is your money-making year, and this is your pregnancy year, too.
Ooh.
Not literal. Not
Wow.
literal.
No, but I like the way he put it.
I like
though.
the way he
'Cause
put
it's
that.
like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
got real excited.
Okay.
When I said you happen to be in an 8-person year, how did I do it? And I'm so glad you answered that question.
Okay.
What I did is I said September was 6, and I added it to the year I want to know about in this case, 2018. So that month plus the day plus the present year added up to an 8. Now, 8 is assigned to denoting money, power, authority, achievement, recognition, births, marriages, pregnancies, separations, divorce, moving into a home, moving out of a home, taking on a second mortgage. And all of this started for you, my dear, about a month and a half after your birthday last year. Okay?
Yeah.
And things have got more stuff. So if you need to deal with wills or legacies, legal papers, property matters, all of this is within your purview. And I like to use the word every now and then, pregnant, because women don't know how to spell it like we men don't know how to spell the word commitment. Whatever the case is. The point is that numbers are also symbolic, that you may give a symbolic birth to an idea, birth to an enterprise,
Well,
birth to a project.
being here, what we're doing now, they're all about you.
Right.
That's what this is.
Yeah, and so if the pregnancy can be literal and or symbolic. For example, you may have a young niece or nephew who's getting married, engaged, or something like that. It also means people from your past, people that you haven't seen or heard from in a while. So if you get word of a family reunion, high school, college reunion, news of a passing away of a relative or friend or christening or baby shower, stuff like that, all of that would make sense. Can I ask you this, OMG?
Absolutely.
Are you married or what's your mate's birthday? Your husband or whatever?
I'm not married.
I hope not in a disrespect.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm single.
Oh, okay. Now, is there anybody that's got a mate? Even if you're single, you might have a person of interest.
No, at
Let me
this
say
particular.
I have not seen any of you, but 6 is the number of you. And if your girlfriend is a 6 on the 15th, and that other one's born on the 24th, and then that one is born October the 12th, y'all are some good looking women.
You've got to come
Man,
here.
Oh yeah, you got to come
Definitely.
down. Definitely. We need to have you here.
Absolutely, we do.
And I will say this, the one thing that you 3/6s have that the other October 12th doesn't have is 6 women I know that tend to have sensitivities with the memory gland. So either one of you are either kind of well developed, so to speak, or
That would be you.
at one point you're all went to a doctor, so you're going to find something they told y'all to go home and forget about it. Okay, don't worry, y'all will be fine. And
Okay.
that one that's going on October the 12th, hers is more related to the skin, anxiety episodes or panic attacks or things affecting the hips, the thighs, and the feet, especially more to the left side of the body than the right.
Oh my goodness. That is great. I'm a heart attack survivor, the left side of my body. And I have anxiety. Yeah, I have. I don't have it too much anymore, but I used to have anxiety attacks prior to and a little bit after.
Wow.
That is kind of crazy. Wow.
And can I take you a natural flirt?
See, he
just put all her business out
there
there.
right now.
What you say?
Make sure you're not here.
And there it is.
And of all the 4 of you, the one that's born on October the 12th, that was out on her own between her 19th and 22nd birthday, and she tends to attract people from different cultures, different ethnicities.
Is that accurate for you?
That is so accurate.
for her. That
Wow.
is. That absolutely is.
Wow.
Now, are you as equally gifted with like men's numbers? I mean, I think you have a natural talent for women. And
No, I'm all in men's case, but I'm a guy.
I'm all in.
Trust me.
Oh,
And
where did you
I
learn?
tell you, it's interesting. When women come to see me, because the way far majority of mine cover women.
right,
Oh, I
right,
bet.
right.
I bet.
To me,
Oh, because we want to know. We
Oh,
need
yeah.
to know everything.
they say, well, now you the guy, all they want to do is have sex. And I say, yes, because in reality, that's how men are wired in this culture. It's not how to get to know you better. How fast can I get you to bed? And I tell guys, women that go on this will show us in elementary school.
For sure.
So we become men, but our voice change. We now got nice cars, nice jobs, nice homes, but fundamentally the approach is still the same. And so women are, so women don't seem to have a problem finding males. Their challenge is finding a man.
Hello.
That's totally yes.
Yeah,
different
absolutely.
things. I have someone else in the studio. I think their birthday.
Oh,
This
good.
will
More
be
the better.
yeah. This will be a gentleman, and I think his birthday is July 25th, if I'm not mistaken. So is that 7/20? No, not this one. I had somebody else. He's somewhere in the studio.
Yeah.
But I think his birthday is July 25th. So is that 7 and 7 right there?
If he's July 25th, he would be a Leo 7 person. He was born just one day shy of Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's father.
Yeah. Oh, and he passed away.
He died
Oh,
today?
did he?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
Wow,
that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Joe Jackson passed away today.
Oh, I'm
He
sorry.
was late last night or sometime today.
I'm
But
sorry to
he
hear
was
that.
born on the 26th, which would make him an 8. If this is the correct birthday of the person you gave me that's not there yet, that means his birthday would be July the 25th, which would make him a Leo 7 person. And what that means is he would be the strong, silent type. You would have to see more what he does than what she says. In fact, Robert Mueller, the special investigator on Trump's case right now, is a Leo 7 person.
Oh.
All that talking now, one goes is that the 7s are very private. They're very discriminating, but they know their stuff. But when this man comes out, so everybody thinks right now this 46 president is ahead of the curve. But Leo, don't mess with me. That's where they made their mistake. That's all right.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Getting back to this person, that was very analytical. That tells me that he was introduced to Sex 101 by an older young lady when he was coming up as a kid.
Oh, wow.
He got tough.
And the first be his own best company. And if you get very sarcastic, you take on a bad day. It is great.
I'm almost sure that's
Wow.
it. That's
Very
it.
analytical, stuff like that.
Okay, I have a
Relative to somebody, this is fun for me.
I can tell.
Oh, I do.
can
I
hear
have
it.
one. I have one for my niece, and especially because her birthday's coming up. So she's 7/9, July 9th.
Well, she's a young lady that has a good opinion of herself and thinks she's the greatest thing society can approach to it. All the
Oh.
people her age.
She got that from her aunt.
Yes,
She is
indeed.
my mini. I'm sorry.
How old is she?
How old is she?
She's 8. She's going to be 9.
Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you this. She's going to always be mature beyond her biological.
That's absolutely
Wow.
Stay
true.
for the weekend, come back and say something. You say, we've been talking to grandma.
Where'd you get that? Right. Where'd you get that?
She's the kind of person. Now, 9 is quiet. So with 8 children, I always suggest that the parents put on the back burner rather than the front burner. Because 9 children suffer with fever, neck cut, burns, bruises, accidents, falling out of the tree. She's going to be more into boys and stuff like that. She'll probably maybe wind up dating and or not marrying a man in uniform connected with the military, law enforcement, construction, or she herself may have an attraction to go into a career where uniform.
I can see that because she loves math and science.
Wow.
She's going to have a good opinion of herself. And she's very, I would pay attention to the things she says. She can see things, maybe don't know what she's saying or how she's saying it, but paying attention to her briefly more would be better. And I would get her autograph, but one day she has, in fact, she's born the same configuration as Wendy Williams on the Wendy Williams show.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
She's a Cancer 9.
Wow.
Wendy Williams, she's very popular in New York. I think she's popular.
She's popular across the country.
Absolutely.
But she is a fighter. I can tell you, if anything with this little 8-year-old, if anything, it's likely to be a little nick or cut or scratch or, scar or something, especially more to the left side. Like she may have a little small scratch on the left side of the forehead. Individual scratch on the left side of the knee or something like that. But she's a fighter. And you don't have to worry. The one thing about this particular daughter, you do not have to worry about when she comes of age and starts courting or going out with boys. The boys ain't going to take advantage of her. She'll say, you know what, my mama said she don't like you. So,
Wow.
that's what I'm doing.
That's good to
So
hear.
anyway, this is fun. And my 400 page book, in fact, I wrote a book. And you can see them on, you can see 4 of them on Amazon.com. I do have a website, Lloyd Strahorn. My name is Lloyd Strahorn, STRAYHORN. So Lloyd-Strahorn.com. I do have a toll-free number, which is 1-800-588. I need to call myself more often.
We all get
I've
better.
been stalking your website, Mr. Strahorn. I'll have to admit, I saw all of the courses. I've listened to your interviews. I was very excited that you were going to be on the show.
Absolutely, we all have
thank
been.
you.
We all were.
And you ladies made my job so fun. I tell you, and then I'm nosy anyway. Y'all didn't know that.
Now, Silky Smooth just walked in. She's the fourth one of us, and so
Silky Smooth, that's his name?
that's
her
her name.
name. Yes.
That's
Hello,
her.
Dr. Strahorn.
Hi, Silky Smooth.
Hello. It's April 15th.
See, there's a five.
Another six
That's
again.
another
See,
six.
I've done quite well in picking you, girl.
9 and 3. So now,
So
She's the same as mine, 6, 9, and 3.
6. Her numbers are the 6, 5, and 9. Then the partner that was born on the 15th of May. Her numbers are the 6, 3, and 9. Then you have the other one that's born on October the 12th. Am I following so far?
yeah,
You are.
yeah.
You are.
Her numbers are the 3, 6, and 9. Then there was one that was born on February the 24th, and 2 plus 4 is 6, and her numbers are the 6, 3, and 9. And now you got this Aries coming up in the joint.
Yes. Isn't that exciting?
And her numbers are the 6, 9, and 5. So
That's the same as mine. That's the same as mine.
ladies, when y'all go out like home or something, and everybody better watch out for y'all. Whole room.
That's
I know OMG can.
that's amazing that we all have similar numbers.
That really is.
So is
And it was when upon meeting each other, we vibed
Well,
well.
after that, it appeared to be, or there was that's just coincidental. I mean, y'all didn't make this up to make me look good on this.
No, we did not.
No.
We did not.
But
No.
it just goes to show you that there is divine order in this universe, which is why one people get along better with another set of people. That's all. And the major number that all of y'all share is the composition number is the number 4. So that is the 4th of any month, the 13th of any month, the 22nd or the 31st, and especially around the month of August. I'm willing to bet you number 6 ladies, y'all had any challenges. It always occurred around the late part of July, going into the month of August, and especially on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Ah.
You know? So just as God gave us our good numbers, He gave us our challenging numbers. But I normally don't put emphasis because people by human nature want to look at the bad side of things. I had a client that she was in this loving relationship, really enjoying it. She called me so worried. And I said, what's the problem? She said, well, maybe something's going to go wrong. Well, the rule is you find what you look for.
That's right. That's right.
Look for something to go wrong. And so I think that people, when they're happy, they're probably thinking, oh, this got to be this too good. There's got to be a case. But sometimes you're just blessed to find it. You ladies, I would say, are the luckiest ones in that room.
We're not going to argue with that.
And I mean, when you knock on wood compared to your own individual friends, separately and above, you'll find it's always going to be nice compared to the rest of you.
Well, that's interesting to note, and I think we all needed that positive, upbeat.
Oh, and by the way, all
Infusion.
sixes tend to do well in the following careers: education, hospital, real estate, banking, community service, the arts. One of you ladies in there know how to sing. Y'all can volunteer,
Knows how to sing.
whatever. You probably started singing in the choir, whatever the case is. But all of y'all have nice voices. That's the thing about singing. So six rules of vocal cords.
That's right, you did say that.
You did say
One of the persons that would, if you only hear about 2 syllables of Dr. Martin Luther King born on the 15th, everybody knows who he is. You can tell from his voice. Sixes has this voice that tend to resonate. And I'm willing to bet you, ladies, that each of you separately on the job or something, somebody probably said, girl, you sound real good.
Yes.
Yes, I do get that. I don't
get
say
it.
no.
Wow, you have been more than accurate on all of
I'm
our
telling you.
accounts, and I wanted to make sure to challenge all of you to go out and get the book that I have purchased. It is called Numbers in You, a Numerology Guide for Everyday Living. See, I don't just want it for sometimes. I want it every day. I want to know.
Right.
But real quick, Lord, I need you to answer this for me. Is it important that we know our stress days? Are we not summoning stress if we look for it?
Now, the question you ask again is important we know our birthday?
No,
Stress
stress
days.
days.
Stress days.
Oh, yes, because that's what makes the balance. When I tell my clients, I then put in parentheses the word let. So, for example, in your Facebook of the 6 OMG, your stress numbers are the 5, the 8, no, excuse me, the 4, 3, and 8, right? So, what that means is, I tell people, let's say they're walking down the dark street called the 3, 6, and 8. I mean, the 3, 4, and 8. And they can't see anything if you put a lamppost on the street. So even though you can't change the conditions of the street, you can see where the heck you're walking.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Falling into a pillow and maybe breaking your neck or something like that. And these days, I tell people to use those stress days, as their strategy days. And that's how you turn that negative into a positive. So on your best days, you execute on those days if you're strategizing what you're doing.
Lord, we can't tell you how much we all appreciate having you on the show. I do want to get with you in regards to your coming to Houston.
Absolutely.
Since you have been here.
We definitely want to make that happen.
But go out and buy his book, guys. Again, Numbers in You, Lloyd Strahorn. We will have his information on our Facebook page.
And also our website.
And also our website.
Absolutely.
Lord, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
We've enjoyed you.
Thank you.
And I invite myself back in the
Absolutely.
It can. It can be a lot sooner than you think.
Live. I mean, that's why I wrote my book.
We're
Oh,
gonna
I'm
have
excited
that.
about that.
You ladies, and God bless each and every one of you, and you'll have a nice, wonderful day and a great weekend ahead.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that was so exciting.
What I
To the end.
I want to know my stress thing.
Yeah, because his volume's kind of low. So I did send out the link to the Bridge of Light.
What I want to do is,
But I definitely want to hear the replay. We're going to have to upload that because they weren't able to hear him on the Facebook feed too well. So
I was wondering, his voice is kind of soft.
yeah.